If you want to be strong, there are 3 things you must absorb, and those 3 things many people live their whole lives never stopping to reflect. There is a saying that only calm determination and LUDAC means we need to know how to stop. Orientate, calm mind, peace of mind, think carefully, and eventually we'll achieve what we want. Each of us just need to stop to calm our mind and think carefully, then there will be an answer. Once you have the answer, life will have a foundation, soul will have a compass. Then it is work or wholehearted effort or let go completely. I know your life is very busy, but what I say is not easy to absorb, especially very difficult to master. If you only hear it once, my advice is to watch to the end, listen to it over and over again. When you are free or doing housework, share and save the playlist for your convenience. I am sure within a few short months your thinking will develop to a new level. Ancient education welcomes you. And you, if you let go of your ego, I go down to observe the truly rich people around you. You will see that they have one thing in common, which is that they know clearly that this person will not be able to do it, but they do not remind, do not point out, and do not become teachers of others. Even when their knowledge and experience are superior, they will not give any advice. This is not a habit of not saving others, but because they know that instructing and lecturing consumes a lot of energy. The manifestation of stupidity is trying to teach others without achieving results. Wise people are often sparing with words, while fools like to point out the country. What can convince a person is never morality, but when they encounter a path. What can awaken a person is not advice, but the disasters that have happened. Stupid people are arrogant, mean, self-centered, and egotistical. They often like to act according to their own subjective will and easily lead to failure. Lowly people often like to be arbitrary in everything. A person who does not live well is because he likes to play dumb, does not respect those who are better than him, has the habit of using his pig brain. Yourself. To summarize, everything around that is the reason if you want to change yourself from the inside out. Listen carefully to the following points. First point, noble person who guides you to make money, invites you to learn, talks with you about the ideal life, and encourages you to strive. That is noble person who intentionally scolds you in front of a crowd. You do not take them to heart, they are villains. When no one scolds and shares with you 10,000 times, remember that person is your noble person. Remember, true noble person will encourage and guide. You expand your vision, fix your temperament, bring you positive energy. Second point, sample Nuok, then do side business Kwong, then become a family official Vong, then develop and poor family, then go abroad, flexible parents, then you learn how to do business to change your fate. Strong parents, you need to learn to rely on powerful people to advance. Hung thin family, you need to take advantage of the family's reputation to develop in the hometown. Poor family, you need to wander to find opportunities. Third point, ignore the desire to help others and respect their fate. The rules of society with their levels of difficulty and price are all different barriers for each person to progress step by step. That's why the saying that adults are due to the screening process and the amount of money you earn is not due to time but due to the high-ranking people in the upper class of society choosing you. The fourth point, when you don't achieve anything, find fault in yourself. The process from poor to rich is a continuous process of fighting poverty. In whatever you do, there is always something opposite to you. The so-called Tao is the balance between yin and yang, and we need to continuously fight throughout life. For example, after cleaning the house, you need to clean it up. Human nature is to work constantly. When free people will have nothing to do, and when there is nothing to do, they will create trouble, so you have a lot of work to do. If you complain about society, you will not get a response. Next, we'll talk about the strong system, which will help you a lot. Many, if you want to become strong that no one can compare. The strong person becomes strong because he has pondered on a problem. I live for what the weak cannot understand. This they think about which dirty skewer restaurant is delicious, which instant noodle movie is hot. If you want to become strong, there are three things you must absorb, and those three things many people live their whole life never stopping to ponder. There is a saying that only determined tranquility Lu Dieci means we need to know how to stop direction, calm mind, peace of mind. Think carefully and eventually we'll achieve what we want. Each of us just need to stop, make your mind calm down and think carefully, then there will be an answer. Once you have the answer, life will have a foundation, soul will have a compass. Then work or wholehearted effort or let go completely. Release. Why do some people dare to step forward and then retreat? Those are people who are neither pure nor extreme. Do good things, are neither pure nor radical. Do bad things. They have a little bit of desire, but also a little bit of unwillingness. This kind of person likes to live for others to see, and in the end this play will fall apart if you feel you are living very tired. That shows that the people around you are not compatible with your energy level. You are not filtering information. You are not doing what you should be doing. Instead, you are wasting your future so that others can benefit. If you do not want to continue like this, then there is only one way to become a strong person. First, you must learn to imitate the three things of a strong person: the heart of a strong person, the thinking of a strong person, and the personality of a strong person. The nature of learning to imitate is to reinstall a new system for your brain. To help you better understand this new system, I will divide it into 4 levels. Level 1, information firewall system, means if we want to become strong people, we must know what information your brain should receive and what information it should not receive. If you cannot do this, you will still be pushed back to the original position. For example, when you watch TV, watch entertainment news, and chat with useless friends, you are basically constantly pumping useless information into your brain. You have consumed mental energy while companies make profits. There are many people like that. The reason why most people live in the lower class is because they like to live in the world of public opinion and emotional resonance. Why do weak people like to live in the world of public opinion? Because in the world of public opinion, energy will automatically lean towards the weak people. Media people understand this principle, so they create countless information for you to consume, touching your weak points, touching your empathy points, making you moved and crying, and in the end you have consumed mental energy while they make money from your tears. So the strong must have an information firewall system. Whenever they encounter information, they will immediately block the second level. 2, active learning systems. When we learn to filter out junk information, we can really learn valuable knowledge, and the accumulation of this knowledge over time will help you stand firm in society in the best way. So filtering information and active learning is a regular thing for the 3rd level strong man. The money-making system. The nature of making money is to lock in a project, and the nature of the project is to help someone solve a problem and then charge how much. At this level you will find out the money-making system depends on the information firewall system and the active learning system, because choosing a good project is a skill and doing a good project is also a skill. The fourth level self-discipline system. The strong man is someone who knows how to manage himself well without caring about others. Do you go to bed early, wake up early, and exercise? Are you wasting your energy? Can you work 12 hours a day continuously? Can you pursue a lifelong job? For the strong man, only need to manage yourself well is enough. Do not care about others. Other people die also has nothing to do with them. So the weak live in the world of emotional resonance of themselves. Strong people build a system and live in the truth. So what is the truth? The truth is that a person's class determines the information they receive every day. That information forms their knowledge. That knowledge builds their cognitive system, while their cognitive level determines how that person thinks. As a person works, this will also determine the class that person will achieve in the future. This is a closed loop that makes most people spend their whole life in the same loop. This is also the choice of social class culture. Keep your spirit strong. This will be my important advice. You should listen carefully. First, do not think about women, because this is what consumes the most spirit temperament. Ancient times, there was a saying called intention moving fire attack. Han open mouth spirit energy powder is to say that we must use our ideas. People with ideas bad, whole body will be lost. Hong, you see people today are heartbroken and their desires are being stretched infinitely because now information consumption is more convenient and free than ever. But they do not know that free is the most expensive. Not having to pay the price themselves will be the biggest price. Why many people feel tired? Obviously, just woke up, still feel tired because they cannot keep the idea all day. Thinking randomly, looking east, looking west takes a lot of energy. This kind of fatigue actually comes from mental fatigue. We must remember that people have three storehouses of information, and spirit people with impure thoughts are not clean. They are more likely to lose their spirit, and spirit, those who can extinguish a deep idea in time, will keep their spirit, and spirit, pure soul, true energy, naturally generates essence. Part is not chaos. Disease will not come. What does this mean? The main idea is to say thoughts in light and simplicity have no desire. The righteous energy in the body will be smooth, not chaotic. The spirit can stay inside without dissipating like that. Disease will not invade the body like that. How to keep your mental temperament is actually very simple. When you are free, do not think about things outside. Just close your eyes, feel your hands, your feet, your brain, and create a smile for yourself anyway. As long as you are free, do this, you will feel comfortable immediately. Your whole spirit will start to focus, reject unnecessary thoughts, and the heart starts to pay attention to yourself. You will have more and more strength, internal talent. This shows us that we should do things simply and should not complicate everything. The more distracting thoughts, the easier it is to drag in the 7 emotions and 6 desires, the easier it is to disrupt the body's hormone levels, and this will disrupt the energy in body. When we do not earn money, especially when in the lower social class, it is best to be silent. Do not interact with unrelated people. Focus on thinking and solving problems in your life. When you start thinking, keep your mouth shut, because if you talk too much, you will not stop to think and your mind will become numb over time. If you continue like that, you will become a traditional person, mentally exhausted. Mental awareness and adjustment is important, and this content helps you better understand the spirit modules in life. Small self-discipline, big things fail if your awareness of Self-discipline is only at the level of self-control and refusing to procrastinate. Then you are too self-deprecating. There are 3 levels of self-discipline, and when you reach the 3rd level, your life will only have one word: great. Level 1 people are afraid of self-discipline because when they hear this word they feel pressure. They often cannot control themselves, do not play games, do not have the habit of exercising, no regular rhythm of life, like to lie around lazily. Everything follows the primitive instincts of humans because these things can be easily achieved, so they get used to that result. These people look free and easy, but in fact they are prisoners of desire. Another type of people on this level better said free and easy. They are very good at finding excuses for themselves. They say that life is short, no need to fight against destiny, live day by day. They pretend to understand everything, talk like they don't want anything, but in fact it is just self-comfort and bored with life. People on the first level also crave self-discipline, also attacked it many times, but after the last failures they followed their own nature, so that human instincts obey their own desires. The second level people on this level are very easy to understand. They are people who fight against desire. They can even overcome the weakness of the human ego. They look very strict, have strong control, stubbornly stick to their goals. Like an ascetic who fails achieve the goal is not to give up. However, it should be noted that in the process of reaching the goal, these people may not stop at any means, and after achieving the goal they may harbor the risk of self-indulgence. I just take a simple example. A person who is successful in controlling to lose weight will often have an instinctive reaction or even overreact after achieving the final goal, is to blame themselves, feel helpless before reality, then disappointed in themselves and self-destruct. The third level of self-discipline thinking at the highest level. Many people have experience going to the gym, but most of them only experience with a gym card once and then stop, because after the feeling of novelty passes they have to face the fight against their own laziness. This fight cannot be maintained for long because our primitive instincts desire to be comfortable at home, lying down, eating whatever you want. This is not your fault but human nature. But if the first time you go to the gym you meet someone of the opposite sex that you like, and that person regularly comes gym every day, then I believe that even though you have a family, you cannot stop your passion for exercise later, because a new desire has replaced your desire to lie down at home. And in the process of constant perseverance along with the changes of your body, you will also experience the joy of satisfying yourself, because constantly overcoming your limits makes you secrete the hormone endorphin, thus continuously getting a feeling of comfort. It can be said that this path has no end. You will not stop pursuing a better version of yourself because you have experienced the feeling of comfort after becoming better. Studying is the same as we will feel bored, want to sleep, want to go out. These are all normal psychological needs. What we need to do is not to fight against desire, but to build a new desire. Love learning. Ask a student, a child who is good at studying. Actually, they have found joy in learning, not through perseverance. Many parents often say a sentence, "My child is not that kind of person." In fact, the child has not seen the benefits that learning can bring. What we need to do is let the child see. Feel what learning can bring, such as status, wealth, and joy, such as the joy of being able to communicate in foreign languages, the feeling of satisfaction when being able to express the world in writing, or the feeling of achievement when being able to lead others in achievement. Adults are the same. Many people say that work and family make them tired both physically and mentally because they do not see the future, but if you consider carefully, then what you call not seeing the future, actually you have seen the future, is just that the future has no bright spot. In fact, the ultimate self-discipline is never against human instinct, but obeying or using that instinct. In the eyes of those who have reached the highest level of thinking, desire is not a burden but a trick. People who have never overcome their own desire but use high-level desire to defeat low-level desire. People at the first level actually do not like playing games. Boredom, nothing to do, that is their nature. They cannot find hot desire. Has the game brought real joy for them? Contain every time you put down the phone more than feel regret, self-blame, and anti-emptiness. Remember, your life must have had many positive psychological characteristics that have aroused. You can be brave, confident, calm. Perseverance, a sport, a hobby, or even a math problem has something made you feel very satisfied yet. So perseverance means you find your own bright spot and then move towards that desire in the future and follow your own desire at this time. Desire is your means at this time. Every time you experience suffering, it is a great opportunity to secrete hormones. When you were young, I always doubted the saying that success is a process. Now I understand. When you clearly define the bright spot you want to pursue, every step later, every small achievement, every time of suffering will become wonderful. People at the first level avoid suffering. People at the second level resist suffering. People at the third level, supreme thinking, seek suffering because when they see suffering, they also see joy. In fact, supreme self-discipline thinking is really pursuing comfort. Do anything to get happiness. Now we look back from self-discipline. Do you still feel pressure? No, because self-discipline is never suffering but finding your own rules. Supreme self-discipline is following human nature, that is the law of yourself, comfortable, effective, and sustainable. Okay, let's go to a higher level. When you find your own rules, actually you also understand the rules of others. At this time, you not only control your own RUL, yes, but can also influence others. For example, the example of learning that I gave before is the application in real education. Your lover is the same, your colleagues, your partners are no exception. Who can resist the temptation of human instinct? Dreaming of a delicious cake is not afraid. The scary thing is when that cake can be made and is very delicious. On this level there is another level, but I will not say more here. Now you can use this rule to find your own bright spot. But the old lady one day spread her wings with the wind, flew high and straight, flew 9,000 miles in the sky. Human life, every step, every footprint, carried ambition, desire, enthusiasm, and boundless enthusiasm.